Johnny Blaze in the building. To Cal. Check the shelf. The lexicon is hollow. Look. Look. Back in the lab with the gravel in the voice, making the internal project survivalist choice. I step to the bookcase where the knowledge is stacked, looking for the paper and the currency packed. The Webster's 9th edition is the master of the floor, opening the path for a project war. I grab the spine and I feel the weight shift, watching the internal project energy drift. It feels too light, like a feather in the breeze, making the survivalist spirit start to freeze. I flip the cover and I reach for the hole, feeding the hunger of the project soul. But the fingers hit the bottom of the cardboard tray, waiting for the arrival of a violent day. The cash is gone and the reserve is dry, under the gaze of the paranoid sky. The empty stash spot in the hollowed out book, giving the survivalist a terrified look. The dictionary is empty and the library is bare, breathing in the heavy in the humid street air. The empty stash spot in the hollowed out book, watching the stability start to get shook. Nothing but the dust in the cold winter wind, knowing exactly where the violence begins. I am digging in the corners and I am searching the spine, crossing the dangerous invisible street line. The hollow space is mocking the effort I made, fearing the mistakes that the silence has made. Who knew the location of the secret supply, leaving the soldier with a stone cold eye? Was it a brother or a shadow in the hall, waiting for the heavy project hammer to fall? The dust on my fingertips is bitter and gray, watching the dreams of the hustle decay. I spent the whole winter building the pile, feeling like I haven't seen a sunbeam in a while. Not a vault is a vacuum and the treasure is ghost, standing at the weakest and the loneliest post. The iron lung is heavy with the smoke and the rage, reading the words on a violent project page. Empty stash spot in the hollowed out book, giving the survivalist a terrified look. The dictionary is empty and the library is bare, breathing in the heavy in the humid street air. The empty stash spot in the hollowed out book, watching the stability start to get shook. Nothing but the dust and the cold winter wind, knowing exactly where the violence begin. Yeah. Define the word broke. Look it up, Shaolin. Look. Queensbridge survival is a constant mad, walking the narrow and the lethal path. I am the king of the cipher and the master of flow, trapped in the middle of the project undertow. I close the book and I put it back on the shelf, fighting the war with the ghost of myself. The thief is a phantom with a tactical plan, mastering the life of a project man. I reach for the iron and I check the clip, watching the cold winter project sweat drip. If the money is gone, then the blood is the cost, watching the final project story get lost. The dictionary failed and the definition is clear, mastering the rhythm of the ultimate fear. I am heading to the street to find the missing stack, preparing the soldier for the counterattack. The book is empty. Find the snake. Let the beat fade out. The bird is singing, but there ain't no trees in the bricks. Look. Look. Hotter than the steam from the project grate, watching for the signal at the entrance gate. I am leaning on the radiator, feeling the heat, monitoring the rhythm of the violent street. Suddenly a whistle cuts through the thick air, breathing in the toxic and the humid street air. 4 notes rising like a cardinal on high, under the gaze of the paranoid sky. It is the lookout shadow on the corner of the block, Checking every second on the project clock. The task force is moving through the lobby floor, opening the path for a project war. The picture's perfect and the message is sent. Wondering where the peaceful moments went, I grabbed a heavy bag and I head for the back, preparing the soldier for the counterattack. The lookout whistle in the dead of the night, hiding from the reach of the tactical light. 4 notes screaming through the project hall, waiting for the heavy project hammer to fall. The lookout whistle in the dead of the night, preparing the soul for the final fight. The bird is a phantom and the signal is clear, mastering the rhythm of the ultimate fear. I am moving like a shadow in the smoke and the rain, relieving the pressure in the paranoid brain. The blue suits are climbing up the staircase, well, ringing the neighborhood funeral bell. I stashed the heavy iron in the ventilation shaft, mastering the rhythm of the survivalist craft. The whistle was the trigger for the getaway plan, mastering the life of a project man. My lungs are heavy with the tical and the grit, watching the internal project fuse get lit. They hit the door with a heavy iron ram, trying to trap the wolf in the neighborhood jam. But I am out the window when I'm hitting the roof, searching for the physical and tactical proof. The lookout saved the day with a simple sound, keeping the heavy boots firmly on the ground. The lookout whistle in the dead of the night, hiding from the reach of the tactical light. 4 notes screaming through the project hall, waiting for the heavy project hammer to fall. The lookout whistle in the dead of the night, preparing the soul for the final fight. The bird is a phantom and the signal is clear, mastering the rhythm of the ultimate fear. Yeah. Fly away, birdie. The cage is open, Shaolin. Look, Queensbridge survival is a constant math, walking the narrow and the lethal path. I am the king of the cipher and the master of flow, trapped in the middle of the project undertow. The bird call echoes in the memory still, sending the sudden and the violent chill. The task force is empty and the room is a ghost, standing at the weakest and the loneliest post. I watch from the ledge while the cruisers depart, keeping the survivalist energy in the heart. The lookout is a brother with a tactical eye, refusing to let the street survival die. We meet at the deli and we share the profit, taking the heavy project pressure right off it. The whistle is the anthem of the 95 grind, leaving the terrified project thoughts behind. The block is clear, watch the lobby, let the beat fade out. In the smoke, his hands are leaking. Watch the door. To Cal, look. I am standing in the kitchen with the burner on the stove, walking through the shadows of the marijuana grove. The connect is a nervous wreck, shaking in the boots, pulling out the product from the deep project roots. I reach for the palm, for the handshake of trust, watching the integrity start to turn to rust. The skin is soaking wet and the moisture is high, searching for the truth in the jittery eye. He is wiping the sweat on the side of the jeans, knowing exactly what the project survival means. The grip is like a sponge and the energy is cold, feeding the story that the streets have told. I feel the vibration of a heart out of sync, waiting for the internal project spirit to blink. He is looking at the exit like a runner at the gate, signaling the arrival of a sudden fate. The sweaty handshake in the middle of the deal, knowing that the loyalty is never really real. His eyes are on the exit and his mind is in the street, trying to survive the heavy project heat. The sweaty handshake in the middle of the deal, knowing that the setup is about to reveal. The moisture on the palm is a message from the ghost, standing at the weakest and the loneliest post. The tical is burning and the room is getting thin, knowing exactly where the violence will begin. I hold on to the hand and I don't let it go, trapped in the middle of the project undertow. Why you looking at the hallway with the terrified stare? Breathing in the heavy in the humid street air is the task force waiting for the signal to move. Finding the rhythm of the survivalist groove. The sweat is a snitch and the body doesn't lie. Under the gaze of the paranoid sky, the paper in the bag is a heavy legal weight, signaling the arrival of a sudden fate. The iron lung is heavy with the grit and the soot, keeping the heavy boots firmly on the foot. I can see the reflection of the panic in the glass, watching the terrified project moments pass.
The sweaty handshake in the middle of the deal,
knowing that the loyalty is never really real.
His eyes are on the exit and his mind is in the street,
trying to survive the heavy project heat.
The sweaty handshake in the middle of the deal,
knowing that the setup is about to reveal.
The moisture on the palm is a message from the ghost,
standing at the weakest and the loneliest post.
Yeah, your palms are crying. Who you talking to? Shaolin. Look,
Queensbridge, survival is a constant math. Walking the narrow and the lethal path. I am the king of the cipher and the master of flow. Trapped in the middle of the project undertow. I pull the hand close and I whisper in the ear, mastering the rhythm of the ultimate fear. If the boys come through, then you the first one to drop. Waiting for the heavy project hammer to stop. The wetness on the skin is a permanent stain, adding to the tally of the project pain. I grab the heavy duffel and I move to the rear, mastering the rhythm of the ultimate fear. The deal is a ghost and the connection is burned, waiting for the lesson that the street has learned. I vanish in the shadows of the concrete block, ignoring the ticking of the mechanical clock.
Wash your hands, kid. The trust is gone. Let the beat fade out. Let the beat fade out. Iron lung, back in the jungle. The paint is wet, the line is drawn. Check the wall. Look.
I am sliding through the alley where the ghosts reside, keeping the metallic in the jacket on the side. The brick is a ledger where the history is wrote. Feeling the pressure in the center of the throat. I see a silver cloud in the jagged red streak, making the internal project survivalist weak. A fresh signature sitting right above the drain, relieving the pressure in the paranoid brain. The aerosol is stinging in the back of the nose, a territorial border where the violence grows. It is the mark of the beast from the other side, with nowhere left for the spirit to hide. They claim the courtyard and they claim the park, leaving the soldier in the middle of the dark. The alphabet is jagged and the style is raw, living outside of the reach of the law. The coded graffiti on the project brick, making the internal survivalist clock click. The lines are shifted and the territory is new, knowing exactly what the street stalkers do. The coded graffiti on the project brick, watching the neighborhood tension get thick. A rainbow of violence on a canvas of stone, leaving the street soldier
feeling alone.
Yo, the Tical is burning and the smoke is thick, watching the rival crew pull a dirty trick. The symbol is a skull with a crown on their head, walking through the ghosts of the neighborhood dead. They crossed out the homies and they wrote their own name, playing the ultimate neighborhood game. The ink is a message for the kings of the block, checking every second on the project clock. Is it a declaration or a silent threat, paying the ultimate psychological debt? I touch the masonry and the paint hits the skin, knowing exactly where the violence will begin. They did this in the shadow of the midnight hour, asserting the dominance and the street power. The writing on the wall is a permanent stain, adding to the tally of the project. The paint graffiti on the project brick, making the internal survivalist clock click. The lines are shifted and the territory is new, knowing exactly what the street stalkers do. The coded graffiti on the project brick, watching the neighborhood tension get thick. A rainbow of violence on the canvas of stone, leaving the street soldier
feeling alone. Yeah.
paint is still dripping. They just left Shaolin. Look, Queensbridge survival is a constant math. Walking the narrow and the lethal path. I am the king of the cipher and the master of flow. Trapped in the middle of the project undertow. I grab the black can and I shake up the ball, waiting for the heavy project hammer to fall. The retaliation is a rhythmic spray, waiting for the arrival of a violet day. I cover their mark with the signature of mine, crossing the dangerous invisible street line. The wall is a witness to the back and forth war, opening the path for a project war. The iron lung is heavy with the grit and the soot, keeping the heavy boots firmly on the foot. The message is delivered and the signal is clear, mastering the rhythm of the ultimate fear. The wall tells the truth. Don't cross the line. Let the beat fade out. Scaling the walls. The metal is cold. The stash is deep. To Cal. Look. I am drifting through the kitchen with the stealth of a cat, avoiding the location where the demons are at. The ceiling has a vent with the silver metal grate, watching the arrival of the ultimate fate. I grab the step ladder and I reach for the sky, under the gaze of the paranoid eye. The screws are loose and the hinges are old, feeding the story that the streets have told. I pull the grate back and I feel the cold draft, mastering the rhythm of the survivalist craft. Deep in the duck where the insulation stays, hiding the profit from the project haze. I push the orange box with the swoosh on the side, with nowhere left for the spirit to hide. A vintage shoebox full of hundreds and tens, where the internal project security begins. The cardboard box, profit in the ventilation shaft, mastering the rhythm of the survivalist craft. Deep in the metal where the dust starts to pile, feeling like I haven't seen a sunbeam in a while. The cardboard box, profit in the ventilation shaft, watching the secrets of the neighborhood draft. A paper fortune in a thin cardboard shell, ringing the neighborhood funeral bell. The Tical is burning and the smoke is in the throat, feeling the pressure in the center of the coke. I pull out the box just to verify the count, watching the internal project energy mount. The paper smells like copper and the ink is still fresh, feeding the hunger in the center of the flesh. 50,000 large in the rubber band grip, watching the cold winter project sweat drip. The ventilation echoes every move that I make, knowing just how much a street soldier can take. If the landlord comes with the maintenance man, I gotta have a tactical getaway plan. The cardboard is flimsy but the contents are hard, keeping the heavy project spirit on guard. The vault is a secret and the duct is the key, searching for the spirit of the project me. The cardboard box, profit in the ventilation shaft, mastering the rhythm of the survivalist craft. Deep in the metal where the dust starts to pile, feeling like I haven't seen a sunbeam in a while. The cardboard box, profit in the ventilation shaft, watching the secrets of the neighborhood draft. A paper fortune in a thin cardboard shell, ringing the neighborhood funeral bell. Yeah. Keep the air moving, don't let the money get dusty. Shaolin. Look. Queensbridge, survival is a constant math. Walking the narrow and the lethal path. I am the king of the cipher and the master of flow. Trapped in the middle of the project undertow. I slide the box back into the dark metal hole, feeding the hunger of the project soul. I tighten up the screws and I wipe off the print, giving the internal project spirit a hint. The apartment is empty, but the walls are alive, fighting for the chance to finally survive. The iron lung is heavy with the grit and the soot, keeping the heavy boots firmly on the foot. The prophet is safe and the location is ghost, standing at the weakest and the loneliest post. I step off the ladder and I look at the vet, wondering where the peaceful moments went.
The air is fresh, the box is full. Let the beat fade out.
Back in the mud, watch where you step. The ground is soft. To Cal, look. I am drifting through the mist with the gravel in the voice, making the internal project survivalist choice. The safe house is near and the location is tight, hiding from the reach of the tactical light. But the sidewalk is soft and the cement is gray, waiting for the arrival of a violent day. I see a deep print in the middle of the path, walking the narrow in the lethal math. It is a heavy lug tread with the star in the heel, knowing exactly how the raw panic feel. I look at my boot and the pattern is a match, watching the internal project energy snatch. Someone is wearing my identity today, watching the dreams of the hustle decay. The imprint is fresh and the moisture is deep, monitoring the secrets that the shadows keep. The wet concrete bricks in the middle of the night, bringing the internal project secrets to light. The tread is a mirror and the signature is mine, crossing the dangerous invisible street line. The wet concrete bricks in the middle of the night, preparing the soul for the final fight. The ghost is in my boots and the evidence is set, paying the ultimate psychological debt. The total is burning and the smoke is in the head, walking through the ghosts of the neighborhood dead. If they steal a pair of Timbs from the back of the rack, preparing the soldier for the counterattack. The print is still glistening and the moisture is high, under the gaze of the paranoid sky. They want the precinct to think I was the one, standing in the lobby with the smoking gun. The framing is a science and the gravity is raw, living outside of the reach of the law. The iron lung is heavy with the grit and the soot, keeping the heavy boots firmly on the foot. I follow the trail to the base of the stairs, saying the silent and the project prayers. The sanctuary is leaking and the floor is a trap, watching the psychological stability snap. The wet concrete prints in the middle of the night, bringing the internal project secrets to light. The tread is a mirror and the signature is mine, crossing the dangerous invisible street line. The wet concrete prints in the middle of the night, preparing the soul for the final fight. The ghost is in my boots and the evidence is set, paying the ultimate psychological debt.
Yeah, they got my size, yeah, but they can't fit the soul. Shaolin, look. Look.
Look. Queensbridge survival is a constant math, walking the narrow and the lethal path. I am the king of the cipher and the master of flow, trapped in the middle of the project undertow. I reach for the iron and I change up the stride, with nowhere left for the spirit to hide. The safe house is burned and the cover is blown, leaving the street soldier feeling alone. I am heading for the bridge in the dark city park, leaving a permanent psychological mark. The cement will harden and the record will stay, waiting for the arrival of a violent day. But the wolf is in motion and the hunt is a race, searching for the shadow of the target face. I vanish in the shadows of the concrete block, ignoring the ticking of the mechanical clock.
The ground is dry now, evidence is permanent. Let the beat fade out. Look now, the curtain is thin. Chacal, look.
I am looking through the glass at the building across the way, watching the gray light of a project win the day. The courtyard is a canyon where the echoes start to bleed, planting a terrifying psychological seed across the empty space in the window on the fourth. Something is moving and it's heading for the north. The fabric is thin and the light is behind the frame, playing the ultimate neighborhood game. I see a long silhouette of a cold metallic pipe, knowing that the situation is heavy and it's right. The barrel of a rifle is poking through the slit, watching the internal project fuse get lit. A tactical shadow in the middle of the room, anticipating the arrival of a sudden doom. The predator is stationary and the aim is true, knowing exactly what the street stalkers do.
The shadow on the curtain in the building over there,
breathing in the heavy and the humid street air.
a long barrel pointing at the center of the chest,
putting the survivalist soul to the test.
the shadow on the curtain in the building over there,
Mastering the rhythm of the ultimate snare.
the sniper is a phantom with the lethal design,
Crossing the dangerous invisible street line. I drop to the floor and I crawl on the rug, giving the paranoid brain a heavy tug. The Cassette is burning and the smoke is in the throat, feeling the pressure in the center of the coat. He is waiting for the target to step into the light, cutting through the fabric of the project night. Is it a hitter from the bridge or a federal team, waking the soldier from the peaceful dream? I check the angle from the corner of the wood, echoing through the rafters of the neighborhood. The silhouette is steady and it doesn't even shake, knowing just how much a street soldier can take. One pull of the trigger and the glass gon' shatter, making the internal project survivalists scatter. The iron is heavy and the spirit is raw, living outside of the reach of the law.
the shadow on the curtain in the building over there,
Breathing in the heavy and the humid street air,
a long barrel pointing at the center of the chest,
putting the survivalist soul to the test.
the shadow on the curtain in the building over there,
Mastering the rhythm of the ultimate snare,
the sniper is a phantom with a lethal design,
crossing the dangerous invisible street line.
yeah, they got the scope on the window, stay low, Shaolin, look.
Queensbridge survival is a constant math, walking the narrow and the lethal path. I am the king of the cipher and the master of flow, trapped in the middle of the project undertow. I reach for the iron and I move to the wall, waiting for the heavy project hammer to fall. The iron lung is heavy with the grit and the soot, keeping the heavy boots firmly on the foot. I can't stay in the kitchen and I can't stay in the hall, watching the psychological stability fall. The shadow is a promise of a leaden embrace, searching for the shadow of the target face. I vanish in the darkness of the bedroom back, preparing the soldier for the counterattack. The curtain is a witness to the lethal intent, wondering where the peaceful moments went.
The glass is broken, move the spot, let the beat fade out.
Johnny Blaze, back in the hallway. The rent is paid, but who sent the mail? To Cal. Look, walking in the fortress after the midnight session, leaving the street with a heavy expression. The floor is cold and the light is flickering low, watching the internal project tension grow. I see a white rectangle sitting by the wood, echoing through the rafters of the neighborhood. An unmarked envelope fat with the cream, waking the soldier from the peaceful dream. I pick it up and I feel Feel the density shift, watching the internal project energy drift. No stamp on the corner and no name on the face. Searching for the shadow of the target space. It slid through the gap like a ghost in the night, hiding from the reach of the tactical light. I rip the seal and the paper starts to bleed, planting a terrifying psychological seed. The unmarked envelope sitting on the floor, feeding the greed while I lock the front door. Is it a blessing or a curse in the hand? Walk in the path of the dangerous land. Unmarked envelope sitting on the floor, waiting for the heavy project hammer to fall. No return address and no sign of a note. Feeling the pressure in the center of the throat. I dump the contents on a linoleum table, trying to keep the internal energy stable. The Benjamins are crisp and they smell like the vault, leaving the survivalist spirit at a fault. 1 stack, 2 stacks, 3 stacks deep, monitoring the secrets that the shadows keep. $10,000 in the palm of the hand, taking a final stand in this hollow land. Is this the blood money for a crime in the dark, leaving a permanent psychological mark, or a down payment for a life I must take? Knowing exactly how much a soldier can break. The currency is clean, but the message is filthy, making the innocent spirit feel guilty. I look at the door and I look at the pile, feeling like I haven't seen a sunbeam in a while. The unmarked envelope sitting on the floor, feeding the greed while I lock the front door. Is it a blessing or a curse in the hand? Walk in the path of the dangerous land. The unmarked envelope sitting on the floor, waiting for the heavy project hammer to fall. No return address and no sign of a note. Feeling the pressure in the center of the throat.
Yeah. Free money ain't never free. Check the cereals, Shaolin. Look.
Queensbridge survival is a constant math. Walk in the narrow and the lethal path. I am the king of the cipher and the master of flow. Trapped in the middle of the project undertow. I stash the cash in the ventilation shaft, mastering the rhythm of the survivalist craft. If I spin the paper, they will know the location. Building the fear in the project nation. The envelope is a hook and I am the bait, signaling the arrival of a sudden fate. The iron lung is heavy with the grit and the soot, keeping the heavy boots firmly on the foot. I sit in the dark with the iron in the grip, watching the cold winter project sweat drip. The sender is a phantom with a tactical plan, mastering the life of a project man.
Keep the envelope. Check for prints. Let the beat fade out.